Hello students. In today's section, we discuss a new chapter, thermodynamics. Okay, this is the second chapter in the heat portion. Okay, heat portion contains three chapters. One is thermal properties of matter, which we discussed previously. Second chapter is thermodynamics, and the third chapter is kinetic theory of gases. Okay, in thermal properties of matter, we learned about thermometry, expansion of solids, liquids, gases, calorimetry, and transfer of heat. Right now in thermodynamics chapter, what we learn and what is thermodynamics? Okay, today we learned about this. Clear? So first of all, thermodynamics. This word came from the combination of the two Greek words. One is thermi, which means heat, dynamics, which means power. Okay, power of the heat. Okay, that is thermodynamics. Thermi and dynamics combination, nothing but heat and power combination. Okay, in thermodynamics, it is nothing but a study of interrelations between heat and other forms of its energy. Other forms means maybe by using this heat, it may convert it into the kinetic energy, or it may convert it into the potential energy, or it may convert into the electrical energy. So in always in the entire thermodynamics, what we learn, it gives the interrelation between the heat and other forms of the energy. Is it clear? Now thermodynamics studies macroscopic properties of body and its natural phenomena. And its natural phenomena. Okay, it does not go into the microscopic properties. It only studies about the macroscopic properties. What are the meaning of the macroscopic properties? Macroscopic properties is nothing but pressure, volume, temperature, mass, internal energy, etc. Okay, so in the entire chapter, what we learn? We learned about the words called pressure, volume, temperature, like this. Okay, we didn't go to the topics called atoms, molecules, and their motion. Okay, atoms, molecules are minute things, na? So these are related to the microscopic properties. Okay, how the atoms are moved, how the molecules, they how the molecules will be travel. Okay, all these are related to the microscopic level. This microscopic level is not explained in the thermodynamics. We may directly go through the macroscopic properties, but the variations of the macroscopic properties is mainly due to the microscopic, but we didn't say about the microscopic level. Or understand? Let us see one example. I am considering one cylinder, okay, which is fitted with a piston. Okay, this is movable piston. Now, if suppose certain amount of gas is taken inside the cylinder, okay now if the piston moves downwards, whenever the system moves downwards, what happens to the volume of the gas? Okay, here this is the initial volume now whenever the piston is moves, this volume now decreases or not? Yes, volume is decreases. Whenever the volume is decreases, what happens to its pressure? Okay, no doubt, pressure of gas increases, volume of gas decreases. Okay, now listen carefully. Whenever the pressure of the gas increases, now molecules or atoms are come closer to each other na. Within the glass, gas is nothing but contains more number of molecules na. Now all molecules are come closer to each other. Due to increasing the pressure, what happens? They collide with each other and they also collide the walls of the container. So whenever collision takes place, transfer of momentum takes place now. When transfer of momentum is nothing but change in momentum with respect to time, force. Due to application of the force on the walls or between the molecules, their energy will be released. Due to that, what happens? Temperature of the system increases. What happens? Temperature of gas increases. Are you understand? So our explanation is related to the microscopic level, but what they said the thermodynamics just says when pressure of the gas increases, volume of the gas decreases and temperature of gas increases. Directly go to the macroscopic level. It does not explains about microscopic level. Understand? So here some work is done on the piston. Due to work done on the system, pressure of the gas increases, volume of the gas decreases, and temperature of gas increases is says by the thermodynamics chapter. Are you understand? Clear? Good. Note it down, please. Next, thermodynamics is an experimental physics. What is thermodynamics? It is an experimental physics and laws have been developed by observations and experimental facts. Thermodynamics chapter is very important for the examination purpose. Okay, that's why we must be known what is the thermodynamics. Without knowing this all, we may enter into the lesson, we didn't understand anything. So that's why. Okay, what is thermodynamics? Thermodynamics is nothing but when experimental physics laws have been developed by observations and experimental facts. Okay, so first they observe, after that they make more number of experiments. By using the experiments and observations, finally they concluded the laws in the thermodynamics. Or understand now? By didn't say directly law after that explanation. First they making experiments. After make experiments, they observe. After observations, they are develops the laws in the thermodynamics. Is it clear? So this is about the basic introduction required for the thermodynamics. Okay. Now in this thermodynamics chapter, we must be use some words here. First of all, we would like to know about thermodynamic system. Okay, regularly using those words in the thermodynamics chapter. Okay, what is the first word? Thermodynamic system. What is a thermodynamic system? It is nothing but a region in space which contains some quantity of matter. We know matter is available in the solids or liquids or gases, whatever may be. If you take a region within the space, okay, which contains the some quantity of matter, is called as a thermodynamic system. Understand? Now, around the system, there is certain space in which its influence is always there. That space is called as the surroundings. Okay, I think you know surrounding of your home. There are so many houses is there now. Okay, in which its influence is felt is always called as the surroundings. Okay, for suppose from my home, bus stop is nearly 4 kilometers. Don't say it is surrounding. You must surroundings which indicates that there is an influence is always present with the system. Or understand? So this is called surrounding, and a system is nothing but the region in which contains certain amount of the quantity of matter. Okay. Now systems are three types. One is open system, second one is closed system, and third one isolated system. Okay, one is open system, second one closed system, third isolated system. Sir, what is a closed system or what is a open system? Open system means in this system energy and matter can transfer from the system to surroundings or from surrounding to the system, then that type of systems is called as the open systems. Okay, what is open system? A system in which energy and matter can transfer from system to the surroundings or surrounding to the system. Okay, what is the best example? Let us take one open vessel. Okay, take a open vessel. One side of the vessel is open, is called as an open vessel. Now take certain amount of water here. Now heat this container. Then what happens? Water absorbs the heat, and whenever it absorbs the heat, it boils. And boiling, what happens? Water in liquid state now converted into the vapor state or not? Is it right? Whenever you heat it, water within the container on boiling, water now converts into the vapor, water vapor. Now this water vapor escapes from the system or not? Because it's open now. Due to that, some vapor is always escapes. So where it goes? It goes into the surroundings or not? So what happens? Matter is exchanges from system to the surroundings. Energy, no doubt, you are sending certain amount of heat energy from the surrounding to the system now. So if you take open vessel, what happens? In case of open vessel, energy and matter both are transfers from the system to the surroundings. Is it clear? Understand? Better you take a hot cup of coffee which is placed on the table. Okay, after 1 or 2 minutes, if you observe, the temperature of the coffee is decreases, and also certain amount of quantity of matter also decreases. Why? Because of it is open, so vapor will be escapes from that system, so quantity reduces and also temperature also reduces, means energy and matter transfers from the system to the surroundings. Understand now? So anywhere if the use consider an open system, immediately you have an idea about a system in which energy and matter transfers from the system to surroundings or surrounding to the system. Clear? Now come to the closed system. The word indicates closed system. Closed system means here matter does not transfer from system to surroundings. Matter does not transfer from system to surroundings, but energy transfers from system to surroundings. Okay, a system those whose energy is transfers from system to surroundings or surrounding to the system is called as closed system. Okay, for example, previously we discussed about a cylinder which is fitted with a movable piston. Now, if the system contains certain amount of gas, we said. Now, if the piston moves downwards, what happens? Its volume decreases now. Pressure increases. Temperature increases. Whenever the temperature is increases, if these walls are taken as conducting walls are taken as conducting walls, then what happens? Heat energy transfers from system to the surroundings. Heat energy transfers from system to the surroundings in order to maintain temperature constant. Understand? So whenever heat is transferred, heat is nothing but one form of energy now. So here energy only transfers. Okay, what about the matter? Matter does not vary. Understand? So what is a closed system? A system in which energy can transfer from system to surroundings, not matter. Clear now? Okay. Now on that hot coffee, just place a cap. Okay. If you place the cap on the top layer, then what happens? No vapor can be go outside. Now temperature a little bit more. Now after 10 minutes, after 15 minutes, if you observe, then only the hot coffee is cools. Understand? So this is about the closed system. Now coming to the third one, isolated system. In isolated system, energy, matter, both are not transfers from the system to the surroundings or surrounding to the system. Okay, what is isolated system? A system in which neither energy nor matter can transfers from system to surroundings. Understand? So whenever those two are not transfers, that means system is completely independent and it is does not have any relation with the surroundings. Okay, for suppose I have an independent house. Around my house, nothing will be there. That indicates whatever maybe happens within the system, not observed by the remaining persons, because it is an independent house. Okay, I understand. So what is isolated system? Neither energy nor matter can transfer from the system to the surroundings or surrounding to the system. Clear? For suppose if you take hot coffee and which is taken into the thermos flask. Generally we are using this flask now. What is the use of the thermos flask? Yes, if you pour hot coffee or hot water within the thermos flask, then it will remain hot until 1 to 3 hours. Sometimes 5 hours also, it is always making it as hot. Why? Because there is no loss of heat due to the conduction and convection. Okay, this is the best example for the isolated system. Or understand? If a hot coffee is just placed on the table, then it is related to the open system. Clear? If you place a cap on the top, then it is called as closed system. If the hot coffee taken and poured into the thermos flask, is called as isolated system. Clear? So note it down. In open system, energy and matter both have transfers from system to surroundings. Closed system, energy only transfers, not matter. In isolated system, both energy and matter does not transfers from system to the surroundings. Is it clear? Please note it down. Now, we are using another word continuously in this chapter, that is thermodynamic variables. Okay, these are also called as thermodynamic coordinates. These are also called as thermodynamic coordinates. So, what are thermodynamic variables? Thermodynamic variables nothing but pressure, volume, temperature, mass, internal energy, entropy. We may discuss later about the internal energy and entropy in this chapter. So all these called as thermodynamic variables. Okay. So whenever the system is changes, then those thermodynamic variables are always changes in that particular portion. Are you understand? Now, based on these thermodynamic variables, we may go through the concept of equation of state. Equation, we know equation is nothing but it connects the thermodynamic variables. So, any thermodynamic variable can be explained in terms of the pressure, volume, and temperature. Okay, then it is called as a equation of a state. So, which is give the relation between the internal energy, entropy, or any other thermodynamic variable in terms of the pressure, volume, and temperature. So, it is generally represented by F of PVT. Or understand? For example, if you take Boyle's law, in case of Boyle's law, what we learned, at a constant temperature, pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to the volume of the given mass of the gas. So here it gives the relation between pressure and volume at constant temperature. Sorry, understand? Now, if we go to the Charles law, in Charles law we learn that at a constant pressure, volume of the given mass of gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. So anything, the state of the particular system is explained in terms of pressure, volume, and temperature, then it is called as a equation of the state. Understand? Now, we may learn about the thermal equilibrium and zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, what is meant by equilibrium? Equilibrium means remains constant now. So thermodynamic equilibrium is indicates that thermodynamic variables are remains unchanged, then it is called as equilibrium. The state of the system where the thermodynamic coordinates remains unchanged is called as thermodynamic equilibrium. Okay, so based on that, we may go through the concept of zeroth law of thermodynamics. So, in order to understand the zeroth law of thermodynamics, let us take two systems. One is A, another one is B. Both are connected by means of an adiabatic wall. What is this? Adiabatic wall. What is meant by adiabatic wall? Adiabatic wall is nothing but it is an insulating wall. It does not allow any thermodynamic coordinate from one system to the another. Means there is no possibility of transformation of the particles or transformation of pressure, volume or temperature from A to B. That means A is separate, B is separate systems. There is no relation between the A and B. Are understand? Now, these two systems A and B now connected with third system C. Connected with third system C. So in between A and B, what we have? A adiabatic wall now. Now in between A and C or B and C, we have another wall. This wall is called as diathermic wall. This wall is named as diathermic wall. So what is the diathermic wall? It is a conducting wall through which matter or pressure, volume or temperature of the system will transfers from one system to the another system. Is it clear? So whenever you connected third system C with the A and B, what happens? From A to C or C to A, transformation takes place until both are in equilibrium. Okay, similar manner from B to C and C to B, transformation of molecules or heat takes place until B and C are in equilibrium. Okay, so now what happens? A and C are in equilibrium, B and C also in equilibrium. Is it understand now? So thermal equilibrium means the temperature of A is equal to the temperature of C and temperature of B is equal to the temperature of C. Now do one thing. This diathermic wall, okay, is replaced with the adiabatic wall and adiabatic wall now replaced with the diathermic wall. Okay, then what happens? If you replace the adiabatic wall with the diathermic wall, even though it didn't observe any transformation of molecules or particles from A to B. Why? Because what we got? Here TA is equal to TC na. Here you got TB is equal to TC na. If TA is equal to TC, TB is equal to TC, then we written as TA is equal to TB or not? Understand? Now A and B also in thermal equilibrium. So what is zeroth law of thermodynamics says? Simply it is stated as when two systems are thermal equilibrium with the third system separately, then those two systems also in thermal equilibrium with each other. Understand? Two systems are thermal equilibrium with the third system separately, then those two systems are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. This is called zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, this explains about the concept of temperature. Or understand? So anyone ask what is the significance of the zeroth law of thermodynamics? It explains related to the temperature concept. Okay, this zeroth law of thermodynamics is postulated by W.H. Fowler in 1931. Okay, but before this zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law and second law of thermodynamics are were stated previously. Okay, before 50 years in the 19th century ending, they stated the first law and second law of thermodynamics. But later 50 years, this law is states. But this is the basic formula, basic law when compared to those two laws. That's why first and second laws over. Before first, we have only zero now. That's why it is named as the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Or understand? So this is about thermal equilibrium and zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, thank you.